The Ballon'Dor is the most prestigious individual award in football, and only a few players have managed to get their hands on it. However, several top-tier talents have failed to get their hands on the golden ball. Players like Wesley Sneijder have been vocal about feeling robbed. Here are 10 greatest footballers to have never won the Ballon'Dor. Andres Iniesta scored the winning goal in a World Cup final. A final for his country. Spain could have made paella statues of him. When he netted the World Cup winner in 2010, Iniesta didn't rip his shirt off or do a Fortnite dance. No, he lifted his shirt to dedicate it to a friend, Danny Jarque. Pure class. Meanwhile, someone wins the Ballon'Dor for doing 85 stepovers against Getafe and scoring one scorpion kick. Iniesta and Xavi were like peanut butter and jelly, perfectly complementary. Which leads me into the next one. Barcelona's greatest practitioner Xavi has won 3 La Liga titles, 2 Champions Leagues, a World Cup, European Championship, FIFA Club World Cups, and a ridiculous number of domestic trophies. Yet somehow, he kept finishing 3rd for the Ballon'Dor. Let's be honest, if Xavi had scored 30 plus goals a season, he'd have 3 Ballon'Dors minimum. But since he only created every goal-scoring opportunity in a 5-mile radius, he got bronze medals. Frank Ribery was left completely baffled by the fact he only finished 3rd after playing a pivotal role in Bayern Munich's European success in 2013. The French winger claimed that he was robbed. The Ballon'Dor is supposed to reward the best individual performance in a calendar year, taking into account team success, individual brilliance, fair play, and leadership. By this metric, Ribery in 2013 checked all the boxes. Ronaldo won based on goals, but Real Madrid did not win a single trophy that year. Ribery had both personal brilliance and silverware. Ribery stated himself, "It was as if it was taken away from me. It was incomprehensible. I won every title I could win. I couldn't have done more. I didn't understand it." The 2003 Ballon d'Or remains one of the most contentious in history. Despite Thierry Henry being the most productive player in Europe's top 5 leagues during the voting period, he fell short to Paolo Maldini, who could not match Henry's statistics. By this point, Henry had already secured a European Championship and a World Cup, and had established himself as one of the Premier League's greats. Yet this impressive resume was still not enough to clinch the prestigious award, something the man himself still gets quizzed on to this day. Even Didier Drogba feels the Arsenal icon was unfairly snubbed, once claiming he deserved to win the Ballon d'Or 10 times. Paolo Maldini is probably the greatest defender ever, and if not certainly one of them. Having spent his entire 25-year professional career at AC Milan, he won 5 Champions League titles and 7 Serie A championships, but somehow never claimed Europe's greatest individual prize, with his best finishes coming in 1994 and 2003, when he placed 3rd. The fact that the full-back outlasted several generations of players while remaining at the top is an incredible achievement in itself, and a testament to the legendary captain's longevity and consistency. Dennis Bergkamp was a true Arsenal legend, but his best ever finishes came from his efforts as an Ajax player, finishing 2nd in 1992 and then 3rd 1 year later. He then struggled in Italy for a few seasons before moving to North London, where he truly delivered on his potential. His best finish since 1995 saw him come 4th, which is still an incredibly respectable finish. When analyzing his entire career and the magical moments the forward provided, it is clear that many worse players have been celebrated than Bergkamp. The obscenity of Luis Suarez's performances in the 2013-2014 Premier League season should have won him the Ballon d'Or. Even after his switch to Barcelona, where he played second fiddle to Lionel Messi, the Uruguayan was often nearly a match for the great man. Suarez won the European Golden Shoe during his time at the Camp Nou, and established himself as one of the best finishers in football history. However, like Neymar, he suffered the misfortune of never being able to eclipse his nearly untouchable teammate, consistently playing in Messi's shadow despite his remarkable individual achievements. A generational talent that a decade ago many believed would have secured multiple Ballon d'Or awards, Neymar's career is at risk of falling short of expectations. This is not solely due to his own shortcomings, but rather the immense pressure placed on him. At 33 years old, he has achieved much that would make most players proud. However, given the weight of a nation on his shoulders, the inability to lead Brazil to a World Cup, and the failure to bring the golden ball back to his homeland since 2007 raises the question of what if. These factors will always linger as part of his otherwise undeniable legacy. One of the greatest goal scorers in football history, Robert Lewandowski is incredibly unlucky to have never won a Ballon'Dor. He was the overwhelming favorite in 2020. However, the ceremony was cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and the Poland international had to settle for just the FIFA Best Trophy instead. Lewandowski had another phenomenal year in 2021, breaking records with 69 goals in all competitions for club and country. However, despite his incredible form, he narrowly missed out on the award to Messi. Now in his mid-30s, Lewandowski continues to find the back of the net for Barcelona, but with a new generation of young talent emerging, it seems unlikely that he'll ever claim the prize. There's only ever been one goalkeeper crowned the Ballon d'Or winner, Lev Yashin, who achieved this in 1963. In fact, the chances of a shot stopper winning the award are so slim that a separate trophy has been created for them. The closest anyone has come to replicating Yashin's feat is Gianluigi Buffon, who finished second in 2006. The legendary keeper is not only among the best to never win this award, but he is also one of the finest to have never lifted the Champions League trophy. Buffon's incredible career and achievements make this oversight even more remarkable. And there we have it, 10 footballers who should have won the Ballon d'Or. I know there are a few others that could be added to the list, so leave a comment on who you think should be added to the list. Hit subscribe like Zidane hit Materazzi, and leave a like before Ronaldo sues you. Okay, that was bad. See you in the next one.